when I was a little kid, around Christmas, my aunt gave me this box. I opened it to find a sort of a short, furry creature. That was a toy, of course. It was Yano, a storytelling toy. You know, like Teddy Ruxpin. There's others like Yano, like Whitley, except Whitley has eyebrows and the amulet is different. Also wears glasses. Anyways, he came with a cartridge and this sort of remote thing that you interact with them with the stories. For those who don't know, and I mean those most likely mean most of you who don't know who Yano is, uh, he's probably 14, 18 inches, really furry, blue eyes, pointed ears, and wears an amulet. So of course, I get the cartridge in and start him up. He moves his head, opens his eyes, and twists his ears. Hello, my name is Yano. He smiles. Do you want to go on an adventure? I push the green button for yes. Press the green button when you're ready. So I push it again, and he starts telling the story. I should probably mention the buttons on him, on the amulet. Um, I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget things. You see, his amulet works with Yano. It lights up and stuff. There's also 5 buttons on him. Underneath words are a tiny circle for color coordination, I guess. Play is blue. Pause is orange. Wish is yellow. No is red. And yes is green. I thought it was interesting how a toy gives you an option of saying yes to a story or no. And that gives you wishes. Of course, the wishes aren't real. I mean, it's just fun to pretend, I guess. So, but I was a 5 at the time, and of course, I still believed in wishes. I know that sounds crazy, but anyways, he would tell a story about Jana and the magic fish. Whenever a sad part comes, he frowns, and when something happy, he smiles. He'll also change expressions when you choose paths. You see, it's an interactive story, so he lets you choose what happens. When he gets to a certain point, he'll go, what happens next? And if you choose something right, he smiles and continues. If you choose wrong, his face turns into a frown. I really enjoyed that toy. Well, from what I remembered. The last thing I remembered was my mom saying that she gave it away. But that was years ago. It was only until 2 years ago that I remembered everything. See, I was in my room playing on maybe Xbox or PlayStation, I can't remember which one, when I heard a thumping in my closet. I got up to check what it was, and rolled on the floor was Yano. Immediately I remembered everything. You see, years ago, Yano would talk to me. I know it sounds crazy, but for no reason at all, he would turn on and he would talk to me. Hello, John. Do you want to go on an adventure? I remember just standing there in utter silence. I went to press yes, and he spoke again. You don't need that. You can talk to me. At that point, I nearly jumped backwards. I looked up, and he was looking right at me. Like, not just moving around. His head was aiming at me, like leaning towards me. His eyes were too. I was wondering what the hell was going on. So I said yes. Let's play hide and seek. I said no, being that it was nearly midnight. and his face contorted into a frown. Now, when I say that, I don't mean like the usual frown with, the sad face. I mean, I saw malice in it, but it was only for a split second, and his face went back to normal. It smiled again.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Good
Good
night.
night. And of course, like any smart kid, I hid the thing so I wouldn't have to look at it. Because after that night, I just I couldn't look at it. I decided to put it in the closet. But every morning, I would wake up. It would be on the table, looking right at me. It wouldn't say anything until night. That's when it always asks me,
Let's
"Let's
play
play
hide
hide
and
and
seek.
seek." I would always turn him down. But the third night, he did something different. How
How
would
would
you
you
like
like
to
to
see
see something
something amazing?
amazing?
Now, before you guys start commenting, yes, it does sound like Mr. Widemouth. But no, he didn't take me to some children's cemetery. Or cemetery with mostly children's headstones. What happened was, he asked me to carry him, being that he's, well, not even 2 feet tall, and he couldn't walk. But when I went to pick him up, he felt heavier than than he should be. And he didn't feel like he was made of plastic anymore. But, anyways, he asked me to follow his directions. And we ended up in the middle of a woods. Every so often he would either say, "Yes,
Yes,
this
this way.
way," or "No,
No,
not
not
that
that way.
way." And every time I would ask where we were going, he would always say the same thing.
You
"You
will
will
see
see
when
when
we
we
get
get
there.
there." I was terrified. And just when I think I've walked for hours, he finally tells me to stop.
Stop.
"Stop.
We're
We're
here.
here." We ended up in a circle surrounded by trees. There was maybe 40 feet of grass before the trees. I was gonna ask him a question, and then I saw something move in the trees. It was another one of those things. I threw that preacher down and started running home. I could hear him laugh behind me. I started running faster. I didn't know. I didn't know if he could run, so I made it home, and that was it. Now I'm holding him. How the hell he got in my closet, I'll never know. That was 2 years ago. Every time he gets out of the closet, I always board him in this crate. But every morning he gets out, always staring at me. He never talks though. He hadn't said anything. But at nights, I can barely hear his laughter. I still have dreams of that night. Always running in the woods, trying to get away from it. If any of you are having this problem, let me know. And for those who don't know Yano, please stay away from it.